All right, here we are. A Q&A. Thank you for all the messages that have come in. I really do appreciate it. There are a fair few. I will do my best to answer them. Just first of all, I want to thank, if you look in the corners here, I have my 4 sponsors that have helped me out this year. Rosa Mexicana, Western Districts, Carpet Cleaning, Society Link, and Health 104. They've all been amazing, and I'm grateful to actually have, sponsors and to help you get through the season. And also it helps, when it comes to reclothing and getting balls and all that stuff. Every little bit helps all the players. So yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks again. And with the video today, there's been a lot of talk on, stress. There's been a lot of talk on how you go about, leading up towards tournaments and stuff like that. And I'm going to try and answer the questions as good as I can. Again, they're just my opinions. So, everyone has their own opinions, and this is why we're doing this today. So, and also I'd like to thank everyone that subscribed as well. I've hit the 1,000 mark, which is amazing. Been doing it now for about 5 months, and I'll continue doing them, in the future. So, the other thing is I'm looking at possibly maybe doing a bit of a video on leading up towards a tournament. I just want to know what you guys think. Maybe just chuck it in the comments. As this channel grows, I might even, what I plan to do also is show some videos leading up towards maybe a comp and how I sort of practice, maybe the drive there. It won't be too long, just, a few seconds here or there. What I sort of think about, maybe what I do sort of pre-match, and how I feel about before a match, and maybe my progression through a match and or through a tournament, and just sort of bring you on that journey with me and how things are in the life of trying to win these big tournaments, and how you got to feel, how you feel, and how you just how you sort of cope throughout the whole day or the weekend. And I'll take you along that ride with me, and who knows, maybe you'll be there right at the end when I'm lifting the trophy. But as we know, you got to fail 1,000 times most of the time before you can, be very successful at lifting a major one. So anyway, I'll get stuck into these questions. All right, first one, how's it feel being an underdog? Look, it's just a name that people have given me over the years, and I'm just running with it. Honestly, it's just a name, and pretty much I'm happy that, people can see me that way, that's all good. Everyone's going to have their own opinions, but at the end of the day, I'm all happy with it, and it puts more pressure on my opponents with that name. So I don't believe it, but it is what it is, and I'm all good with it. So yeah, it's more pressure on my opponents, not me, if they want to come up against an underdog. So yeah, I'm just going with it. So I've had a lot with how I deal with stress, nerves, keeping cool throughout a match. It's a thing that we all go through. It's a thing that is real, and a lot of people do struggle with it. So I would suggest, if you are feeling nervous, put yourself in those tough positions in a practice match or something like that. That's why we do the hard drills. That's why we practice. Don't practice and just hit balls around. Practice and make it mean something. Play someone for something, and it teaches you how to cross the winning line. So there's no point in going down to a local club or practicing at home and just whacking balls around. Set up a hard drill and try and get close to completing it. And when you do, you'll feel that accomplishment of success. And also it teaches you how to actually get over the winning line. So a lot of people are very good at practice and then sort of semi-practice, and then leading into a tournament, maybe the first round is fine, but then as they progress through the tournament, the pressure builds. So you need to put that pressure into the practice. And I've always, since I've started, pretty much put myself under pressure by playing people, for money right from the start. And I've always had something on the line. If I got it, even if it's 20 push-ups or a drink or something, I have to play for something, because it teaches you how to move up, and it teaches you how to cross the winning line. If you can't cross the winning line when you're under pressure, then you're always going to fail, unfortunately, when the pressure hits. So I've sort of seasoned myself or trained myself to play under pressure, and the more pressure there is, in a way, the more I concentrate and the better I become. So it doesn't always work, but when the pressure's there, that's when I'm at my best. I can't just hit balls around, or if there's nothing on a frame or nothing on a match, I'm just happy to whack some balls around, really, and it's no good. So always put yourself under pressure. If you're out there, it's your first game, or even if you're nervous while you're playing, concentrate on the table. Don't look around. If you're looking around, you'll see people looking at you, talking, and that can take your mind off things a little bit. Just as soon as the balls are broken, keep your eyes on the table and don't take them off the table until that frame's over. And you will feel a lot better, because everyone around you will disappear. So yeah, there's no magic pill or secret to it. Just you have to put yourself in these conditions in practice for it to become normal. And if it becomes normal in practice, then when you're out there, it's not going to feel weird at all. So hope that one helps. All right, another one is, do I follow my same routine with every match? I sort of do, yeah. Before a big match, I will, obviously everyone goes to the bathroom, wash their hands, clean your cue or whatever you need to do. And I will say to myself that, you're going to beat this person, and I will never go up to someone and shake their hand and say, give me a shot or give me a chance or show any weakness at all. I'm not like that. I'm purely out there. I don't care who you are. I'm out there to win. And the harder you are to beat, the more excited I am to beat you. So I've always been like that. And it can be a good thing. Sometimes it can be a bad thing, but look, at the end of the day, everyone needs to be positive before every match. I remember in 2014, when I won my first Australian singles, every time or before a match, and I haven't really told anyone this, but before a match I would, and I still do it now, and look, it's good to have a routine. Before I play each person, I go in to the toilet, to the bathroom, and look yourself in the mirror and say you're going to win, say you're going to beat that person. Do your washing the hands and you're cleaning your cue, and just get yourself ready for that 20 seconds, and then go out there and switch on and be ready. And I did that for every match. And I've done that previously, but for that tournament, I did it every single time, and I happened to win the singles. I did put obviously a lot of time and effort in at home, but the following year I did the exact same thing and was able to go back to back in the Australian singles. So and in the third year I did the exact same thing again and made a third final. But the thing was, in that in that final, I lost to Ben and Ben Foster, amazing player, great bloke too. So but one thing I didn't do in that final was my routine, and I feel that really hurt me, because we actually just finished a match before that. And I had like 15 or 20 minutes to quickly race upstairs, have a shower, have something to eat, race back down and start the match. And I was literally eating, I think it was like a chicken schnitzel at the time while I started that final. They wouldn't wait, and give me an extra 10 or 15 minutes because we had a team match and it sort of ran a bit late. And I never got time to actually do my, a minute and a half routine, play some music. I like playing a bit of music. Also, when I practice, playing music is a good thing, each their own. And then when I go in before a match, if I'm listening to music, I listen to that same music that I was practicing. So everything sort of feels normal. And I never got to do any of that. And I ended up losing the final 10-7. That wasn't obviously the reason why I lost. And I'm saying if I had the routine done, I would have won. I'm just saying that I wish that I had that extra couple of minutes or 5 minutes to go to the bathroom and do my routine and be completely ready for that match. But I fought as hard as I could. Ben played well and got me 10-7. So he was always going to win one of those major ones. He's such a brilliant player. All the Foster boys are, and most of the people from WA, they're all amazing players. So There was one in here about cutting balls, like into, say, a center pocket or something like that. So if I'm going to pot a ball and it has to be a fine cut, there's no secret to it. If I have to fine cut a ball, I will obviously play center ball, all right, and then try and nick the finest edge. But what I do is, if I really want to try and cut it in finer, I will actually move my cue across the white ball so it actually throws away from the red or away from the object ball. So as I think I'm cutting it fine, I'll actually move my cue across a little bit so I throw the white ball away from the red or the object ball a little bit, and it cuts it even finer. That works for me, but I'm not sure if anyone else does that. I'm sure they do, but look, each to their own, how they do things like this, and that seems to work for me. And you just got to try things, on the practice table. Try, fine cuts. Try hitting balls in and coming off 3 or 4 rails. So you have to do these things to to have these shots in your arsenal. So a few people have sent me some private messages as well that I've possibly already answered, but also some things on the table about I'll go into very shortly. So I'll just answer a few more questions, and then I'll go through a few things on the table that people are having a little bit of trouble with, and hopefully I can clear some things up. Another one was, who is my favorite Kiwi player? Having to think about it, honestly, I don't have favorites, but one of the nicest guys, I think, most of them are nice anyway, but one of the nicest guys is Adam Lilly. I think he's a genuinely great bloke. He looks good over the cue. He looks like he's never really going to miss. He's got a great temperament. I can certainly take things away from that. Another guy, actually, speaking of temperament, was Joel Younger. I've taken a little bit out of how he, asserts himself around the table, and want to try and become sort of more like that. But I'm very emotional, so a lot of people know that. And I think Adam Lilly would be my pick. He just looks like a great bloke, and from what I've seen of him, he's done really well, and obviously already won a pro series. So it's my pick. Another one was about my attributes in this game and other sports. I've played a few other sports, sort of like 10-pin bowling, and I like motorbike riding and a few other things, and fishing. As we know, I do have a fishing channel, so I will leave a link in the description. I have a fishing channel, and I do a bit of fishing with my brothers and family, and have a bit of fun there. So if you like that, it's called Get Nibs. I will leave a link, and I'll make something pop up here and show you what I do. So if you're interested in following that, that would be amazing too. So going back to the attributes, look, everyone needs to have a bit of ego when they play this game or play any sport. So we all have ego. It's just how much of it we show and let out. But I never give up. I never would say die, basically. If I will always try my best until the very end, and I've made some amazing comebacks over the years. So I think one of my biggest attributes is not giving up. And the more and more you not give up, there'll be that one time that you come from behind in a match, and it's amazing. And then eventually it will happen again and again over time, but you have to put yourself in that situation first. So never throw in the towel. I mean, we've all done it, but never throw in the towel. Always fight till the very end, because in a game of pool, there's a start, a middle, and an ending, sort of like reading a book. At the start, you'll have your chances, or you might not have your chances, but in the middle, you will get your chances. And then in the end, there's always a twist. There's always, not very many people just run away with it. And if they do, congratulations. But there'll always be a spot at the end where you might be able to change the game around, or something may happen in your favor, like a turning point. So just never give up. and always try and be the best you can, not for anyone else, but just be the best you can on the table, and that's all you need to be. So another one was about my wife. Look, ever since she come into the game, ever since we got together, I won literally nearly 3 Australian titles in a row. So I can't, and a team's world title. So yeah, I think she's been a big part of my success. She's always let me sort of do what I need to do and practice when I need to practice, and she's never stopped me from doing anything, and it's been amazing. Without her putting no pressure on me, I don't think I would have done what I've done. So yeah, thank you, Maggie. And yeah, she's doing a styling business at the moment. So if you're into clothes, or you know, want someone to help you go shopping and stuff like that, give her a buzz. She's styled by Maggie Scerri. So thanks, Maggie. Another one come in about what's the most important thing as a player to concentrate on to improve your percentages and winning frames. Look, well, international rules, basically. So look, in international rules, we're all learning it. We're all trying to get better at it, but it's all about the white ball. In world rules, it was more sort of about object balls and where they were placed. With international rules, it's mainly about the white. You get the white in good areas, you can make it very hard for your opponent. So and mapping is the key. And you'll see in my videos, if you watch my YouTube videos, I have a little circle, A4 piece of paper cut out, and I put it down on the table, and it helps. Even just practice, you have to have an area on the table that you're focused on, not just hit a ball and then land over here, hit a ball, land over there. No, put something down like this and try and land in that area all the time, and your white ball will become better. So try something like that, and I promise you, your game will become a lot better. And yeah, it's all about, look, 8 ball is all about joining the dots. You know, Mick Hill is one of the best at it, and he's absolutely brilliant, and he makes the game look so easy because he joins the dots better than anyone on this planet. So yeah, just get better at joining the dots. Another one, how do you get to go fishing so often? Again, comes back to the wife. She allows me. In fact, the weather's looking good tomorrow, so I'm probably going to go out tomorrow. I've taken a full day off work today to do this and to get this out to you guys. The kids are at school, and the wife's out. She's going to work soon. So yeah, speaking of fishing, I might actually head out tomorrow. So yeah, look, you have to have a balance in life, and a good balance, and I think I've got a good balance. If you want something bad enough, then do it. So there's no I haven't got time for this or I haven't got time for that. At the end of the day, if you want something bad enough in life, get it, go and do it. So don't wait, you only live once. All right, the cue that I use, that's right, just a pub cue. It's a Dufferin. It's got a thing in the back there so I can put an extension on, so when I play snooker, it's been lathed down to sort of what I like. And it has recently just had a tip put on. I'll leave a link up here. It's a LP, and it's been put on by Jono Neckrep. So thanks, Jono. He's done a great job in putting that tip on, and I think this tip is better than the Elks or the Blue Diamonds that I've been playing on all my life. Basically for the 20 years that I've been playing. So it's about an 8.5 mil tip. Ferrule's a bit small, but you know what? The cue works for me. It's probably around about the 15.5 ounce. It feels good in my hand. And my last cue was another house cue like this. I've tried other ones as well, but this one's a diamond in the rough and the other one was a diamond in the rough. So Yeah, this is what I use. I like the, I don't like grains on queues. So all the other queues, I'm not gonna mention names, but other queues, this one is just smooth. You know, I don't like grains because they sort of pull the hairs out of your chin, and I don't like the arrows on the cues, and I can see it while I'm, you know, lining up a shot. I just like it. I like it smooth, and that's a cue. That's it. It's just simple. You don't need to spend thousands on a cue. What you do is, if you want a cue, you go to some place, you put like 10, 15 cues out, you pick one up, you play a couple of shots with it. Don't bash balls in. You play a couple of soft touch shots, you know, maybe a couple of, you know, stun shots or whatever. And whichever cue feels the best and you can do that with, then that's a cue you buy. Whether it costs you $2, $5, $1,000, that's a cue you buy. This cue is probably worth $5 or $10. But to me, I wouldn't sell it for 20 grand. I would not sell that for $20,000 because I know this cue, and this is I'm complete with this cue. So I hope that one helps. And for a breaking cue, I use my 9-ball cue. So it's got a Z2 shaft. It's got a Predator shaft, and the butt on it's just literally a $50 butt that's again sort of been laid down, and that's all you need. So I like having a break cue because it stops the wear and tear from a main cue. So that's that one. All right, next one, about being consistent. So a lot of people say, again, on their good day and a bad day, you know, they play good one day, they play bad one day. Again, it's about being consistent, and being consistent means that it's not about your A game. So everyone has an A game, everyone has a B game, all right? So at the moment, if your A game is up here, and most people's B game would be down here. And on an A game night, you'll play well, you'll win frames. On a B, when you're playing bad, your B game, you'll lose a lot of frames. So what the better players or the top players in Australia have, their A game is up here, and their B game is actually very close to their A game. So on a bad day, say like a Jake McCartney, a Justin Sage, Mark Robertson, all these guys, on a bad day, their B game is very close to their A game. So what you're trying to do is, in practice, you're trying to get your B game very close to your A game. And that way, no matter what happens, you're going to be very hard to beat. So, and another thing you can do is practice in the mornings when you get up, do a drill for 5 or 10 minutes, and practice late at night before you go to bed. Because in the mornings, you play in a comp or play a tournament, you're trying to be awake basically. It's very hard to get motivated and switched on early in the morning, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., whatever. So practice that at home before you go to work, early in the morning, whatever. Do a drill for 10 or 15 minutes. And the same before you go to bed. When you're tired, you've had a big day, that's the best time to do a workout, to do a practice session or some drills for 15 minutes, because you're tired and you just want to go to sleep, and you need to work out how to flick that switch and switch on, because that could mean you're in a semi or in a final of a major tournament, and you need to learn how to switch on. So those are the best things I could advise you to do to get better and more consistent in mornings and at nights, and basically overall. So a lot of the questions have been about routine, strategy, stress before you get on the table and stuff like that. And it's been a common theme with a lot of these questions. And again, if you're going to be somewhere and it's going to be a long day, 10 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, take your own food. You'll see at the Pocket series when I'm there, I have my own little lunchbox basically, and my wife does a lot of the packing, but I also do it myself as well. I have lollies in there. I'll have, sandwiches and nuts and just all little bits and pieces that I can snack on during the day. So, you can obviously buy your stuff from the venue as well, but also bring your own stuff like bananas. Bananas are great, absolutely great for keeping the energy levels up. And also when I'm playing, obviously we have our water, but it's good to have a soft drink as well. So you need to keep the sugars up as well, because you can start to feel yourself shake. If you're having your energy drinks, I suggest you would keep them to a minimum. Maybe towards the end of the match is okay, but if you have them too early or too many, you will get the shakes, and it can actually do a little bit more harm than good for you. So just keep them under control. Another one, top loader or front loader. They're talking about washing machines. Well, it's personal preference. So how do you shove with 10-8? So again, we're talking about poker, not pool. I don't know. You just do. So cheers for that one, Hammer. What's your methods for dealing with pressure during a match? Again, it all comes back to practice. Practice at home, putting yourself under pressure. When you go to a club, put yourself under pressure, and pressure will just feel like home to me, or home to you, or feel normal. So it's all about making pressure feel normal for you. So it's basically, it's about all I can tell you, really. Another one, having anxiety and stuff throughout a match or before a match. These are all things that you need to obviously work on again at home. It all actually comes back to practice, really. Finding ways to breathe, or slowing down your breathing and things like that. So, and obviously eating too before matches. If you are nervous, if you are feeling it, wouldn't recommend all the time having a drink, but sometimes having a drink can help. But you don't want to be relying on that all the time. You want to find what triggers you, and then you want to find how to deal with that pretty quickly. And then that way you can do that out on the table as well. So, all right. How or what do you do to avoid getting tired during long days, like playing at Geelong or Albury? Well, again, either having good sleep or good rest the night before is always helpful. But sometimes I've won a tournament and things have just gone really bad the night before, or I've had no sleep. Or sometimes I've been really prepared for a tournament and I've lost first or second round. So when it comes to long days, I think eating well is good. And also try and give yourself some space too, away from people as well. Like once you finish a match or something like that, go and have your 10 or 15 minutes away. Put a movie on or something on your phone, or just find a happy place for yourself. Find something that relaxes you, and actually do that between matches, or do that between, break it out throughout the day. So practicing also, again, goes back to practice. Practice longer hours. If you're struggling to, play well for a whole day, we all do it. We all struggle, but it's about going back and learning how to switch on when you can. So there's no secret or magic potion I can help or give you to avoid getting tired. It's the way it is. Some people get tired very quickly. Some people play better when they're tired. Some people, concentrate better. Some people don't. So there's really no magic word for it. It's just it's something that I think diet is a big part of it. Not drinking a lot, drinking a lot of your waters and your electrolyte stuff. So and food and bananas. So I think bananas are great. I think you should have, if you're going to be there a whole day, like 10 hours, you should at least have 3 or 4 bananas with you. I'm going to do some stuff on the table now from what some people wanted me to sort of touch on. Probably there was a push shot one that I'll do. I'll do that for you. And there was another one about the one dreaded rule that we have in international rules is the you must hit a ball, and it comes down to the discretion of the umpire. Something I'll touch base with right now. It's this is just my opinion again, but look, at the end of the day, you can't, unless they have basically the white ball and they hit the white ball softly, you can call loss of frame. That's fine. But if there's a ball over a pocket, which I'll show you now, if there's a ball over a pocket and another ball up the other end of the table that they would like to hit, they don't have to go for the easiest shot. As long as they've had a genuine attempt at a ball, then it's okay. So I'll show you some examples now. Hopefully you can clear some things up. But look, unfortunately, it's one rule that's a bit dodgy with the rules at the moment. But honestly, it hasn't really been a problem. If you watch any of the stuff on YouTube, it hasn't really been a problem. So it'll only be a problem if people try and make it a problem. But honestly, World Rules has been out for 25 years or so or longer, and people still don't know the rules now. People still are asking questions, and that's 25 years. So, and there's a whole bunch of rules that World Rules players, either don't know or unsure of, or don't know how to get around them. So with international rules, there's probably just this one rule that's a bit iffy. So I think it's great. I think the rules are great. Anyway, I'll go through some of those examples now. All right, so the first one is when you break, some people are having trouble knowing the 3-point rule. So in the game of international rules, it's not the same as world rules, where either a ball goes in or 4 balls must have to hit a cushion. In international rules, you've only got 3 points. So you get a point for a ball going in a pocket, and you get a point for a ball crossing the imaginary line across the table. So pretend there's a line there like that, okay? That ball has crossed that imaginary line, so that's 1 point. If it was like that, then that's not 1 point. So right now, that there, let's say we break the balls and just down this end of the table, that's 1 point, that's 2 point, that's not a point. But that is, okay? So that's pretty much all you need to know. If a ball goes in, and you got 2 balls across the line, then it's still 3 points. 1 point for a ball going in and 2 points for the other 2 balls crossing. So that's 3 points. If only one ball had come across the line and another ball fell, that's 2 points. So in this situation here, you'd basically just change over, and the other person re-racks and has a break themselves. So again, you break the balls, and 3 balls have to cross that imaginary line. All right, I hope that one helps. Another one someone sent in, a shot like this. How do you play this shot and it not become basically a push shot? Well, obviously the only way is if you play it this way, it's going to be a push. So you really have to literally try and jack up like that and hit down and try and get the cue ball away in time as you pot that black. So my advice to you is, I'd probably, unless you're really good at making these very difficult shots, I'd probably steer clear from them, because you don't want to foul and give away the frame or the match. So you can see that I would have to literally come up like that and then strike down at the ball. Pretty much like that. But if those balls were any closer, I would definitely not do that. And I would possibly wouldn't even try that, I don't think, in a game, unless I really had to. So here's an example of, let's say I'm on the black and I'll be put in this position. All right? We all know that I have to make an attempt of getting out. So I can't obviously just do this, because that's loss of frame. I have to have an attempt. So an attempt can be like that. That's an attempt. Unfortunately, yes, I got nowhere near it, but that's an attempt. It's not loss of frame. Here's another example. If I'm somewhere up here, I can, come off 2 rails something like this, and try and hit it. Obviously, if someone's going to do that, even if they don't make the distance, okay? If they don't make the distance and do that, that's still okay. That's not loss of frame because they've had a genuine attempt. They've just hit it not as hard as they wanted to. If they did this, then yes, okay, that would be loss of frame. But you really need to have a ref there as well. So I suggest if anyone's playing or whatever, they just nominate a ref and they can get called in for a shot. So basically, it can never really be a loss of frame. They can do this, okay? And it misses, that's fine. I had a genuine attempt. So again, that's not loss of frame. The thing is, as soon as your opponent misses, you get ball in hand. So, you know, you can do whatever the hell you want. So it's such a great rule. All right, so here's a really good example. I'm on reds. I don't want to pop this ball, but I'd like to hit this ball. So because they've snookered me in a way on this one, I don't have to go for this ball. As long as I have a genuine attempt at hitting that ball, it's okay. So my genuine attempt would be like this. Okay? Obviously, I fouled. Yes, you can say that, hey, you didn't hit it hard enough, but at the end of the day, I can say that I just didn't hit it hard enough. So I had a genuine attempt. Obviously, I want to try and nick it and just reach the cushion. So at the end of the day, this is okay. Even if the person misses like that, they had a genuine attempt. So you can't actually take the frame off them. They don't have to go for the easy ball. They're allowed to go for whatever they want, as long as they have an attempt at it, okay? Again, if they did this, then yes, I would say loss of frame. But again, I will go back. They did something like this. So obviously they're trying to nick it and come to the cushion and leave the red in there. That's perfectly fine. They're trying to keep that pack tight by nicking the red. So there's nothing wrong with that. And again, I had a genuine attempt at that. It's not loss of frame. It's very hard to actually get a loss of frame unless you hit their ball on purpose or you literally just roll the ball into the cushion. Like if you did this, okay, yes, we would call loss of frame. But at the end of the day, you've got ball in hand, and before someone plays a shot like that, maybe find a nominated ref, or before you play a match, have a ref that you could go to that can make that decision. Unfortunately, it's the only sort of rule in the game that is a little bit iffy, but I think people are actually trying to make it harder than what it really is. So it'd be very rare for someone to take a frame away. So yeah, you can literally, like, even if it was like this, and I had something like this, I can have a genuine attempt at trying to hit that red and leave this red here. So I would honestly just try and go sort of like that. That's a foul, okay? But it's not loss of frame because I tried to come off this rail, this rail, and this rail. If I had to do it again, okay, well now I know, maybe, you know, even then, you know, the cushions are throwing wide. I had a genuine attempt. It's not loss of frame. You know, yes, there's an easy ball here, like I said, but I'm trying to get it in people's heads that as long as you have an attempt, you know, I can come off the rail, come off the jaw there, you know, sort of like this. I had a genuine attempt at trying to knock that ball. So again, not loss of frame. So I hope this clears up a few things. And when it comes to actually playing the game, again, just try and enjoy it. And yeah, I think the lower divisions are going to struggle a little bit more with it. And yes, they're not going to be great coming out of snookers and all that stuff. But as long as they have a genuine attempt or an attempt, it's not loss of frame. So, yeah. All right, I really hope everyone enjoyed that little Q&A. Thank you so much for, the questions that have come in. I hope I answered them and you got something out of it. I will do this again in the future as well. But thank you for those that have subscribed as well. I'm over 1,000 now, and yeah, that's going to keep hopefully rising, and I'll keep making these videos. And I know how hard it was when I was trying to learn back in the day, and I'm just hoping that this helps everyone, and off the table and on the table too. So again, please send through messages, let me know what you thought, and I'll try and do some more in the future. And like I said, I'm going to also do a bit of a day where I show you how I sort of get prepared for tournaments and stuff like that. And I'm going to do some different stuff with this channel as well. So if you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and even hit that bell notification button, and that will basically give you an alarm or a notification when I do put a video out. So again, thank you so much. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. So.